Okay. So in this lecture, you will learn. In this lecture, you will learn a nodal analysis. Nodal analysis, right? So for the nodal analysis, what is the prerequisition for the nodal analysis? So nodal analysis, it is nothing but Ohm's law plus Kirchhoff current law. Ohm's law plus Kirchhoff current. When we applied a Kirchhoff current law and we required the knowledge of Ohm's law for to analyze the network using nodal analysis. So let me see what is the Ohm's law. So we know very well Ohm's law. Also we have defined Ohm's law for a resistor, inductor and capacitor. So for the resistor, suppose any resistance, it is connected, have a two different potential. Between the two different potential, one terminal of resistance is suppose connected at V1 and another terminal of resistance suppose is connected at V2, and suppose if you want to find out the current passing through that resistance I and the direction of current from V1 to uh, V1 to V2. So we can use the Ohm's law. I is equal to V upon R. So here the potential difference and the current we want to find out direction is V1 to V2. So we'll subtract the V2 from V1. So this is the potential across the R, and divide by R, it is nothing but the current passing through that resistance. Current passing through resistance R, right? So we'll use this. We require this to apply a Ohm's law for the resistive network. And another is the KCL. Another knowledge we require, it is the Kirchhoff current law. So we know very well Kirchhoff current law. It is nothing but the algebraic summation of current at any node. Algebraic summation of current is 0 at any node. Algebraic summation of current, it is equal to 0 in a network at any node. So this is the Kirchhoff current, right? So in a nodal analysis, we'll apply a Kirchhoff current law and we'll use to find out the current passing through a different branch. We will use a Ohm's. Right? So let me take a example and we'll apply. We'll analyze using a nodal analysis. We'll analyze the network using the nodal analysis. Okay? So let's take a network. Let's take the first network. It's very simple, two node network. And the network is a independent sources with the resistance. So it is a resistive independent source network. This one current source value is 2 ampere. It is given resistance with the value is 2 ohm and 4 ohm resistance. Here the resistance is 4 ohm and 2 ohm resistance parallel with the one current source. Current source value is 4 ampere. Current source value is. So here the question is find unknown node voltage with respect to this reference node, unknown node voltage V1 and V2. So suppose here the V1 and V2. Right? So what are the steps in a nodal analysis? So to perform a nodal analysis, steps are, first step is first step is identify the number of nodes. Find number of nodes in network. Find the number of node in a network. Number of unknown nodes. Find the number of unknown nodes in the network. Second step, find the total number of nodes. Second step is take one node as reference node. Reference node. So potential is always measured with respect to a reference node. It is a potential difference. So it is a potential across the two terminals. So it is a potential difference. So one you have to take one node as a reference. So with respect to this reference node, what is the potential at the other node that we have to find? So out of, suppose have a total is n node, subtract the one node as a reference, take one node as a reference. So let this in this network, take this node as a reference node, right? And how many other remaining nodes? So this is a one nodes, but it is a current in this branch is given, right? So you have a one nodes here where the more than two terminal are connected. One node is here where again the more than two terminal are connected. So V1 and V2 are have a two nodes other than this reference. So this have the two unknown nodes. Two unknown nodes. One is the V1, another is the V2. So third step is, if there is if have any nodes have a known nodes. Node means with respect to this reference node, if we are knowing the voltage at any node, so it is called a known voltage node. So we have to apply, we have to identify the unknown node, unknown nodes, unknown nodes. We have to identify a unknown nodes, right? Where directly voltage it is not given in a network. So we have to identify how many unknown nodes, right? And then fourth step is apply Kirchhoff current law at every unknown node. Apply Kirchhoff current law at every unknown nodes. Unknown nodes, and we will get that many equations. Suppose the network, in this network have a two unknown nodes V1 and V2. So we will get two independent equation if we apply a Kirchhoff current law at V1 and V2. And to solve the two unknowns, we require the two independent equation, and then that will get from this case here. So these are the steps to analyze any network using the Kirchhoff current law, right? So let me move further. Let me analyze this network, above given network, right? Using the Kirchhoff current law, and we'll find the unknown node voltage V1 and V2. So using the nodal analysis, we'll get the unknown node voltage, and when we apply a mesh analysis, we will get a unknown branch current, unknown mesh current. Here we will get the unknown node voltage. So let apply a Kirchhoff current law or nodal analysis in a above network, and let me find the V1 and. So what is our first step is, we have to identify the number of nodes. So in this network have a three nodes. This is one node where four branches are connected. This is one node where the three branches are connected. This is third node where the another three branches are connected. So in this network have a three nodes and take one node as a reference. So this, let me take this bottom node as a reference. Third is identify the unknown nodes. So have the two unknown nodes v1 and v2. And fourth step is we have to apply a KCL at the both the unknown nodes, and we have to prepare independent equation to solve the unknown node voltage. Right. So what is the first step? Let me apply. Let me apply now the Kirchhoff current law at a node v1. First step, apply Kirchhoff current law at node v1. So when we apply Kirchhoff current law at node v1, for the simplicity, let take the all the current. If the current is not given, let take simplicity all the current are in an outward direction. Suppose it here the I1, let's say this branch current is I2, let's say this branch current is I3. Right? So all the three current is outgoing. So summation of current at node V1 is equal to 0. Summation of current at node V1 is equal to 0. So let apply. There are three current we have assumed in outward directions, I1, I2 and I3. So outgoing direction current I1 plus another branch current outgoing is I2, and third branch current is also in outgoing I3 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Right? Now if you see in a I1, in this branch I1 have a one current source is connected. So whatever the current source value, it is a current in this branch. Whatever the current source value is nothing but the current in this branch. So I1, it is amplitude is 2 ampere. Now if you see the polarity, so I1 it is going in this direction, but the current source direction is opposite compared to I1, compared to our assumption current I1. So I1 is equal to minus 2 ampere, right? Because direction is opposite. So I1 it is equal to minus 2 ampere, minus 2. Now what about the I2? So I2 is the current moving from the V1 to reference node, V1 to reference node 0. So I1 current, how to find the I1 current? We know already, we have written the equation. Here ohm is 4 ohm, and here the voltage is V1, and here the voltage is 0. It is the reference voltage, right? And we want to find out this current. It is nothing but the I2. So how to find the I2? So I2 is the potential difference. So it is a V1 minus 0 divided by resistance value 4. So I1 here we can find, I2 we can find, it is a V1 minus 0 divided by 4. Right? Now for the I3. So I3 is the current passing in this branch, and I3 current is moved from the V1 to V2. So the potential across this 4 ohm resistance at one terminal is V1, another terminal is V2, and current direction is from V1 to V2. So I3 can write it is a V1 minus V2 divided by 4. So we can write the I3 is equal to V1 minus V2 divided by is equal to 0, because there is no incoming current. So our first equation is, here we can see our first equation. So here we can see the first equation. It is a minus 2 plus V1 divided by 4 plus V1 divided by 4 minus V2 divided by 4 is equal to 0. Let me find in terms of V1 and V2. So V1 divided by 4 plus V1 divided by 4 is nothing but the V1 divided by 2. Now V2 is a minus V2 divided by 4 is equal to 2. If you take the 2 in a right hand side, it is plus. So it is equal to 2. So this equation, our equation 1, let me more simplified. Here it is 0.5 V1 minus 0.25 V2 is equal to 2. Let's say it is our equation, right? Now similarly, let apply a Kirchhoff current law at a node V2. Let apply KCL at node V2. So when we apply a KCL at the node V2, let take the direction here our node V1. Here have a one resistance is 4 ohm, and here our node V2. Let's see the circuits, right? So here the V2 one is 4 ampere, 2 ohm, 4 ohm, and 4 ohm. So circuit is 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 4 ohm. Here I have a current source 4 ampere, and this is the reference, right? And we want to apply the KCL at the node V2. So let's take again the outgoing direction current, three outgoing direction current, I1 dash, I2 dash, and I3 dash. So let apply the KCL. So at node V2, so summation of current is equal to 0 at node V2. Summation of current, it is equal to 0 at node V2. So there are three current, and we have taken the three current is in outgoing direction. So I1 dash plus I2 dash plus I3 dash is equal to 0, right? So how to write the I1 dash? I1 dash, we have assumed the current direction is from V2 to V1. So I1 dash, it is V2 minus V1 divided by the potential difference between the V2 and V1, it is 4. So divide by 4. It is current. So V divided by R, it is equal to current I. Similarly, I2 dash, it is a V2 minus 0 divided by 2. So I2 dash, it can write it is a V2 minus 0 divided by 2 plus I3 dash. So I3 dash and I3 dash in this branch have a current source. So whatever the value of current source is the magnitude of I3 dash, and about the polarity. So here the I3 dash current direction which we have assumed, and the actual current source direction, it is opposite. So I3 dash is the negative of its value. So it's 4, so it is a minus 4 is equal to 0. Right? So we can easily write the Kirchhoff current law at any node. So V2 minus V1 divided by 4 plus V2 divided by 2 minus 4 is equal to 0. So this is the KCL equation at node V2. Let's simplify it and write the equation. So our equation at node V2, here we can see it is so minus V1 divided by 4, and V2 is a V2 divided by 4 and V2 divided by 2. So let's take the LCM. So it is a V2 divided by 4 plus V2 divided by 2. Let's take 4 in the right hand side, so it is plus. So minus V1 divided by 4 is minus 2.5 V1 minus and plus V2. So V2 here 2.5 0.25 and zero point 0.5, so it is a V2 is a 0.75. V2 is a 0.75, V2 is equal to 4. So this is our equation 2. This is our equation 2. Now we can solve these two equation by eliminating method. Also we can solve using the Cramer's rules. So let me solve here using the Cramer's rules, using the matrix method. So how to prepare the matrix? So here it is a matrix of that G, which is the 1 upon R. So one is the matrix of 1 upon R, and another is the matrix of V, which is unknown, is equal to matrix of I is nothing but the constant it is given, right? So matrix of 1 upon R. So whatever we have written here 0.25, it is actually 1 upon 4. So we have converted into the G. So 1 upon R nothing but the conductance G. Conductance G. So let from the both the equation and unknowns we have a V1 and the V2. Unknowns are V1 and V2 and constant from both the equation. So constant from second equation is 4 and the constant from first equation it is 2, right? So constant from first equation it is. So what are the coefficient of first equation? 0.5 and minus 2.5. So let's write the coefficient of first equation in a first row. 0.5 and minus 0.2. What are the coefficient of the second equation? So minus 0.25 and 0.75. 0.75. So this is our matrix. So this is the matrix and we want to solve for V1 and V2. So we know very well V1 is equal to delta 1 divided by delta. Delta 1 divided by delta. Delta should not be 0. Right. So what is the delta? Delta is nothing but the determinant of this constant matrix. It is called a delta. Right. So let me prepare the delta and delta 1. And how to prepare the delta 1? So delta 1 is we have to replace the coefficient of V1. So coefficient of V1 we have written in a first column. So we'll replace this first column with the constant 2 and 4. And the second column is as it is. It is called a delta 1 divided by delta. So delta is the determinant of this constant matrix. Let me find the determinant of the numerator matrix. 2 multiplied by 0.75. 2 multiplied by 0.75. You have to help me in a calculation. Then minus plus 4 multiplied by 0.25. Divide by, this is the delta 1, divide by delta. So delta is 0.5 multiplied by 0.75. So 0.5 multiplied by 0.75 minus 0.25 no square, minus 0.25 multiplied by 0.2. So this is the whatever the in a denominator it is a delta value and numerator answer is the delta 1 answer. Can you help me for this? What is the answer if you have in calculator? So 2 multiplied by 0.75. So 0.75 is 3 by 4. 3 by 4. Right. What? What is the answer of the numerator? 2.4. 1.4. Total answer of numerator is 1.4. Okay. What is delta? Okay. So 1.4 plus 1. Yes. 2.5 numerator answer. 1 1.5 plus 1. Okay. And denominator 0.5 multiplied by 0.75. 0.3125 and 0.25 multiplied by 0.25, 1 upon 16 minus 0.0625. Am I right? Point 0.0625. total for the delta. Okay, 0.3125 total. Okay. So delta 1 it is equal to 2.5 divided by delta it is a 0.3125. So our V1 answer is 2.5 divided by 0.315, 8. So our V1 it is equal to 8. Similarly, let's find the V2. So for the V2, V2 can find it is the delta 2 divided by delta. How to prepare the delta 2? We have to replace a that matrix. Here it is a uh, 0.5, first column as it is, and second column we have to replace with the constant 2 and 4. Right? And in denominator delta, so delta we already calculated 0.3125. 0.3125. So not need to recalculate it again delta. So let's just calculate this. So 0.5 multiplied by 4 is equal to 2 minus minus plus 2 multiplied by 0.25 is 1 upon 2. Right? So 0.215. So 0.5 multiplied by 4 is 2 plus 2 multiplied by 0.215 is 0.5 divided by 0.3125. Can anyone please calculate this? 8. What is 2.5 divide? Yes, 8, because again answer is 8. So our both the unknown node voltage of the network, the answer is 8 volt, and it 8 volt is respect to our reference. We remember the answer 8 volt, it is a respect to our reference node. Right. So in this network, this 8 volt, but if you keep the multimeter positive here and the negative here, then we'll get the multimeter answer is 8, right? And here is also 8 volts. So when you keep the positive of multimeter here and the negative of multimeter here, then will this network will give us the answer is equal to 8 volt. Now suppose the in a same network question is, and find out the current I. In this network, suppose the question is, find out the current I passing through the 4 ohm indicated in a network using nodal analysis. Suppose same for the same network, question statement is, find the current passing through 4 ohm resistance I, that I which is indicated in this direction using the nodal analysis. So how to find this I using nodal analysis? In that case, we have to do the difference of these two voltage. So here is also 8 volt and here is also 8 volt. So 8 minus 8 divided by 4, that is current, right? So here it is a zero potential. So this 8 volt V2 8 volt, it is a respect to reference volt, and similarly V1 8 volt, it is a respect to the reference volt. If you keep your the positive of the multimeter at the V2 and negative at the V1, then it will give answer of V2 minus V1. It multimeter will display the potential difference between the V2 and V1, right? So that is the about the reference node, and whatever we have find, it is a respect to reference node. Respect to reference node, what is the potential? If you want to find out the V2 potential respect to V1, then we have to subtract the V1 voltage from the V2. Then we'll get the V2 voltage respect to V1. So that the about the is of nodal analysis, how to apply for a simple network. Let me take a similar another example. Also, lady asked in a GPU exam. The question is, here have a 1 ohm resistor, here have a 1 voltage, value is at volt. Here have a one resistance, value is 1 ohm. Here I have one more resistance, value is 1 upon 4 ohm. Here the value is 1 upon 2 ohm, and here I have one voltage source, value is 5 volt, and here I have one resistance, value is 1 ohm. So this is one network given, and also given this is the reference node. Also it is specified, mentioned, this is the reference node. Question is, find the current passing through 2 ohm source in a figure using the nodal analysis. Question is, we have to find out what is the current passing in this 2 ohm source I using the nodal analysis. We have to find current I in given network using node analysis or a nodal analysis. It was asked in 2013 for 7 marks in a GT, Gujarat Technological. The question for here it is we have to find out the current passing through this 2 ohm voltage source I using the node analysis. So what is the first step for the node analysis is we have to identify the different node, right? So here it is one node, node 1. This is the another node. This is the third node. This is the fourth node. This both are combined same here. So this is fourth node, and this is the fifth node. So in this network 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, there are 5 nodes in the network. Let's take one reference node, and it's already specified in a network. We have to take this as a reference. So this is one our reference node, right? Let's see with respect to this reference what the potential at this node is given or not. Yes. So between this reference node and this node have a one voltage source. So between with respect to this reference node here the potential is 2 volt. So it is not a unknown node voltage, it is a known. So with respect to this reference node here the potential is 2 volt. Now let me see about this node. Direct potential is given or it is a unknown node. So here it this with respect to this reference node, it not a voltage source between these two nodes. So it is not a known node. So it is unknown nodes. Let me call as a V1. Let's see about this node. Here also between this node and the reference node, direct the voltage source is not given. So this is also a unknown node voltage. Let me call as a V2. Now let's see about this node. So this node we can say with respect to this reference here the potential is minus 5 volt. With respect to this reference, what is the potential here? Minus 5 volt, because plus is connected toward the reference and negative is toward this node. So with respect to this reference here at this node potential is minus 5 volt. So this node is not a unknown node voltage. It is a given node voltage. So in this network have only the two unknown node. One is the V1, another is the V2. So let apply a Kirchhoff current law at both the node. So let me apply first Kirchhoff current law at V1. So let apply a KCL at node V1. Let apply KCL at node V. So let me again assume the direction here it's outgoing. Let me assume V1 is greater than the other node voltage. and let us assume all the current are going in outward direction. Let me call this current as a I1, let me call this current as a I2, and let me call this current as a I3. So at a node V1 there are three branch connected. One is the I1 current 1 ohm resistance, and current passing through it we have assumed I1. Another is another 1 ohm resistance branch, and current passing through that branch we have assumed the I2. And the third branch is 1 upon 4 ohm resistance branch, and current passing through that branch we have assumed it is a I3. Right? So current, and all the current we have assumed the outgoing direction from the node. So outgoing current addition is equal to incoming current addition. There is no any incoming current, so let's take it is 0. So I1 dash plus I2 dash plus I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to 0. So what is the I1? So I1 is the current passing in this 1 ohm branch, and current is moving from V1 to 2 volt. This node, another terminal node voltage is 2 volt. So V1 minus 2 divided by 1, it is the value of I1. So I1 it is equal to V1 minus 1 minus 2 volt divided by 1. Right? Similarly, how to write the I2? So I2 is the current passing in this 1 ohm branch. So I2 can write it is a V1 minus 0 divided by 1. So I2 it is a V1 minus 0 divided by 1 plus I3. So I3 is the current passing in this 1 upon 4 ohm branch. So it is V1, this node is V2 minus divided by 1 upon 4. So V1 minus V2 divided by 1 upon is equal to 0. There is no any incoming current, so is equal to 0. So equation for this at a node 1, it is a V1 plus 1 upon 4 left 4 V1. So it is a 6 times of V1. Then V2 it is minus 4 times of V2 and minus 2, and it is take the right hand side, it is a plus. We can more simplify it. Let's take the 2 common. So it is a 3V1 minus 2V2 is equal to 1. So our equation 1 is 3V1 minus 2V2 is equal to 1. Let apply a KCL at node V2. Let apply KCL at node V2. So at V2 we can say at V2 there are again a 3 branch. Let we call this branch current is I1 dash. Let we call this branch current is I2 dash, and this branch current is I3 dash. So I1 dash plus I2 dash plus I3 dash is equal to 0. So I1 dash current, how to write in terms of V1 and V2? So I1 dash is current direction is from V2 to V1. So it is a V2 minus V1 divided by resistance between them. So resistance between these two nodes, it is 1 upon 4. So V2 minus V1 divided by 1 upon 4, it is a I1 dash. For the I2 dash, it is a V2 minus 0 divided by 1 upon 2. So I2 dash can write is a V2 minus 0 divided by 1 upon 2. And for the I3 dash, it is a V2 minus this node voltage. So here the node voltage is minus 5. So V2 minus 5 divided by 1. It is a I3. Right? Let's write the I1, I2 and I3. So let me apply KCL at node V2. Apply KCL at node V2. So at V2 there are 3 branches connected. So I1 dash plus I2 dash plus I3 dash is equal to 0. Right? How to write the I1 dash? It is a V2 minus V1 divided by resistance between them. It is a 1 upon 4 ohm resistance. How to write the I2 dash? It is a V2 minus 0 divided by resistance between them. It is a 1 upon 2 ohm resistance between the V2 and the reference. And I3, it is a V2 minus 5 divided by resistance between them is a 1 ohm resistance between the V2 and minus 5 volt node is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. So let's simplify it. So it's a 4V2 minus 4V1. So total number of V1 is minus 4V1. V2 is a 4V2, 2V2 and 1 times V2. So 4 plus 2 plus 6 plus 1, 7 times V2. Now about the constants. So here the plus 5. So if we take in right hand side, it is a minus. So this is our equation 2. This is our equation. What is our questions? Let's see our questions. So our question is the current. We have to find out the current passing in this 2 volt voltage. So how to write the I in terms of voltage? So I can write it is at 2. I we want to find out from the 2 volt to V1. So it can write 2 minus V1 divided by this resistance value 1 ohm. So we want V1 to find out the I. We require a V1 to find out the current I. So let me solve these two equations for the V1. Right. So our equation 1, it is 3V1 minus 2V2 is equal to 1 and another is minus 4V1 plus 7V2 is equal to minus 4. So let's prepare the matrix. So the coefficient from the first equation is 3 and minus 2 and from second equation is minus 4 and 7. Constant, it is V1, unknowns V1 and V2, and constant from first equation is 1 and from second equation is minus 5. And our interest is to solve V1. So V1 can solve a delta 1 divided by delta. So for the delta 1, we have to replace the coefficients of V1 with the constant. So let me replace the 3 and minus 4 using 1 and minus 5. So replace 3 minus 4 using 1 and minus 5 and second column of delta keep as it is. So this is the delta 1 matrix and whatever the determinant of it, it is delta 1. Divide by delta, divide by the constant matrix. So 3 minus 4 minus 2, 7. So answer of this is 7 minus 10 divided by 3 multiplied by 7 is 21 minus 8. So here it is a minus 3 divided by 21 minus 8. It is equal to 13. It is equal to 13. Right? So minus 3 divided by 13, it is our V1. It is the V1. But our actual question is to find out I. Right? So we can substitute the value of V1 here. So we'll get the value of I. So 2 minus and V1 is equal to minus V1 is equal to which we are derived. It is a minus 3 divided by 13. So minus minus plus 3 divided by 13 divided by 1. So I1 can find is 13 multiplied by 2, 26 plus 3, 29 divided by 30. This is the value of I, which is passing through 2 ohm voltage, 2 volt voltage. And here we'll get the value, we got the value of I is positive. It means current is outgoing from the plus terminal of voltage source. That means this voltage source is supplied the power. This voltage source is supplying the power. So whenever the current is coming out from the positive terminal, then we can say this voltage source is supplied the power and value of supply power is V into I. And whenever in any voltage source, if the current is incoming at this positive terminal, then it is in absorb the power. then this terminal is absorb power, and value of absorb power is V into I. That much power is absorbed by this voltage. Right? So here is, we can say, the current is coming out from the positive terminal of voltage source. That means this voltage source is supplying the power to the network, and value of supply power is I multiplied by 2. So it is the 23 multiplied by divided by 13 multiplied by 2. It is the power supplied by this. If the same question will ask in another way, then we can find, right? Also in the question may ask, find out the this 2 volt source will supply power, or it dissipate the power. So you can say it supply the power according the direction. So we have solved the another example, two example which have a resistive network, which have a independent. Now let's take one third example in which we solve the network have a independent source with the dependent source. Both the types of power source present in the network. Let's take such example. So let's draw one more network which have the both the types of sources are present, independent as well as the dependent source. So I have a one 4 ampere current source, one 10 ohm resistance, one dependent current source, and it depends on the I. That means it is a current dependent current source. Value of this dependent source, it depend on current. So it is called a current dependent, and source itself is a current, so it is called a current dependent current source. And parallel to this current dependent current source have a one 20 ohm resistance, and here one 5 ohm resistance, and whatever the current passing through 5 ohm resistance, it is I. So this dependent current source depend on the current passing in the 5 ohm branch resistance. And this current source value is minus 3 ampere. So for this network, have a both the types of sources are present in this network. Independent source 4 ampere and minus 3 ampere, two are the independent source, and it's also have a dependent source, current dependent current source. And the question here for this network is find current I using node analysis or a nodal analysis. The question for this network is we have to find out the current I, which is a current passing in the 5 ohm resistance branch, using the nodal analysis. So step 2 for the nodal analysis are we have to identify different node in the network. So this is one of the node, bottom node, that we call as a reference, and this have a one nodes here where the 4 branches are connected, 1, 2, 3, and one node is here, again the 4 branch are connected. So in this network total 3 nodes are there. Out of these 3 node, take one node as a reference. So remaining 2 node, and both the node are unknown. Between this node and reference node directly no any voltage source is given. So it is an unknown node voltage. We do not know what is the voltage at this node with respect to reference. So this node, it is called a unknown node voltage. So give the name of all the unknown node voltage. So here we have given the V1 and V2. Right? Our question is find out I. So I can find Here we can say we can find using this unknown node voltage. It is a V2 minus 0 reference divided by 5. So I we can represent in terms of this node voltage. It is V2 minus 0 divided by 5. V2 minus 0 divided by 5. So if we find the V2, we'll get the value of 5. If we find the V2, we'll get the value of 5. Right? So to find out the V2, let apply Kirchhoff current law at both the node. So apply Kirchhoff current law at node V1. Let apply first at the node V. Right? So at a node V1 there are 4 branches, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's take all the branch current is outgoing, I1, I2, I3 and I4. I1, I2, I3 and I4. Right? So, KCL at node V1. So I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I4 is equal to 0. Now what is the I1? So in this branch have a one current source, and the current source direction and the I1 direction is opposite. Right? So I1 it is a negative of value of current source. So I1 is negative of value of current source. So negative of value of current source, and value of current source it is 4 ampere. So negative of 4 it is I1. Now for the I2, I2 is the current passing in this 10 ohm resistance branch. So V1 minus 0 divided by 10, it is a I2 in terms of voltage. So V1 minus 0 divided by 10 plus I3. So I3 the current passing in this branch. Again this branch have a current source. So whatever the value of current source, it is a current, and the direction of this current source and the direction of I3 it is same. So value of I3 it is a positive of the current source value. So here the current source value is 3I. So I3 is equal to 3I, positive of 3I, plus I4. I4 it is a current passing in this 20 ohm resistance branch. So I4 it is from V1 to V2. So it can represent V1 minus V2 divided by 20. So I4 it is a V1 minus V2 divided by 2 is equal to 0. Is equal to. Now let represent the I in terms of V1 and V2, and we already have I is equal to V2 divided by 5. V2 divided by 5. So let represent the I in terms of V2 divided by 5. Minus 4 plus V1 divided by 10 plus 3 V2 divided by 5 plus V1 divided by 20 minus V2 divided by 2 is equal to 0. Is equal to. Let make this equation in a form of V1 into its coefficient and V2. So V1 1 upon 10 from this, and V1 1 upon 20, and V2 coefficients of V2, here it is a 3 by 5 and minus 1 upon 20, and minus 4 let take on the right hand side, will get it plus. So this is our equation 1. Let we can make it more simplified. So we can see here V1, what is the value? So it is a 2 plus 1 divided by 20. So 2 divide Let's take the LCM. So 20, so it is here 2 plus 1, so 3 divided by 20. And similarly for the V2, let's take the LCM. So it is a 4 multiplied by 3, so it is a 12 minus 1, so 11 divided by 20 is equal to 4. So this is our equation 1. Similarly, let apply for another equation. Let apply KCL at node V2. Let we apply KCL at node V2. So let's take the let's see how many branch connected at V2. So again at V2 there are 4 branches connected. Let we call this as an for current I1 dash. We call this current as I2 dash. Call this current, this branch current is I3 dash. Let me give the name of this branch current is I4 dash. So I1 dash plus I2 dash plus I3 dash plus I1 I4 dash is equal to 0. We have assumed all 4 branch current in a outgoing direction, outward direction. Now let's see how to represent the I1 dash in terms of V1 and V2. So I1 dash, it is a current passing in this current control current source branch, right? So whatever the current source value, it is the current in this branch. So current source value is a 3I. So in this branch current is a 3I. So we can represent the I1 dash. Now if we see the I1 dash current direction and the control source current direction is opposite. So I1 dash we can represent is a negative of the control source value. So I1 dash is equal to negative of 3I. So I1 dash, it is a minus of 3I plus I2 dash. So I2 dash is the current passing in this 5 ohm resistance branch. It is a V2 minus this, it is connected at reference, so 0. So V2 minus 0 divided by 5. So I2 dash, it is a V2 minus 0 divided by 5 plus I3 dash. So for the I3 dash is the current passing in this branch where a current source is connected, and the I3 dash direction and current source direction is opposite. So value of I3 dash is a negative of the current source value, negative of minus 3. So I3 dash is a negative of minus 3, and I4 dash, so I4 dash, it is the current passing in the 20 ohm resistance branch, and it is from V2 to V1. So it is V2 minus V1 divided by 20. So I4 dash can write is V2 minus V1 divided by 2 is equal to 0. So let's simplify it. We know what is the value of I in terms of V2. It is V2 divided by 5. So let's substitute here the V2 divided by 5 instead of I. So we will get this equation have a in terms of V1 and V2 only. So coefficients of V1, it is minus 1 upon 20. So V1 divided by 20. Coefficients of V2 is 1 upon 5, 1 upon 20, and minus 3 by 5. These are the coefficients from these three terms, 1 upon 5 plus 1 upon 20 minus 3 by 5, and it is equal to, let's take this 3 positive, in a right hand side it is a negative. Right? So let's simplify it more. It is V1 divided by 20 plus V2, let's take the LCM. So 4 plus 1, and here it is a 12, so minus 4 into 3, 12 divided by 20, it is equal to minus. So our second equation, minus V1 divided by 20 plus 5, so minus 7, so minus 7 V2 divided by 20 is equal to minus 3. It is our second equation. Also we can take the 21 multiply by it is 60. So if you want it more simplification, we can make it minus V1 minus 7 V2 is equal to minus 60. So minus minus we take common, then V1 plus 7 V2 is equal to 60, is equal to 60. So our second equation is V1 plus 7 V2 is equal to 60. And what is our first equation? Our first equation is uh, 3 divided by 20 V1 plus 11 divided by 20 V2 is equal to 4. Right, again we can multiply it here and we can make more simple. It is 3 V1 plus 11 V2 is equal to 20 multiplied by 8. 20 multiplied by 4 is 80. This is our first, right? So let me write from the equation 1 and equation 2 in a matrix form. So coefficient matrix, unknown matrix, and constant. So constant from first equation is 80, constant from second equation is 60. And from first equation coefficients 3 and 11, and from second equation coefficient 1 and 7. So here 3 and 11 and 1 and 7. From second equation it is 1 and 7. Now here our interest is to find out I, which is equal to V2 divided by 5. So our interest is to find out only V2. So for V2 it is a delta 2 divided by delta. Right? So how to prepare the delta 2 matrix? We have to keep first column as it is, and we have to replace this 11 and 7, which are the coefficient of V2. We have to replace with the this constant. Divide by delta. Divide by delta. So here 3 multiplied by 60 is a 180 minus 80 divided by 7 multiplied by 21 minus 11. So it is 100 divided by 11, 21 minus 11, 10. So it is equal to 10. So V2 is equal to 10 volt. Now our interest is to find out I. So I can find from the V2, it is V2 divided by 5. So it is 10 divided by 5. So I is equal to 2 ampere. So answer of this question, I is equal to, answer of this question, I is equal to. So here friends, we have solved the example which have the both the types of source, control source as well as the independent. Okay. Now let's take one more example in which we need to require to apply super node analysis. Like same as the super mesh, we need to apply the super node analysis. Right. So we will continue this in a next lecture. Right.